Okay. Hopefully this is working this time. Unlike when I tried this previously. I believe it is. It looks like my upload speed is actually stable this time. So hopefully I won't be dropping frames all over the place. Yeah, it's been a little while, but I'm ready to get back into this game. When we last left, we were about to start a new rite. As always, I left off right before beginning a rite. So, let's just dive right back into it. You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. Yeah, if I remember previously, we left off after having just met, shortly after meeting Sandalwood. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you have not felt in some time, but then you notice one of the trees move, shuffles toward you, and regards you with an exaggerated bow, and Sandalwood, of course it turned out, was a tree person called a sap. And I believe I speculated that our character might be a tree person, because I think he kept referring to us as, like, kin or something. Well, goodness, by the roots of Lu Scalorian, it would appear the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Okay, so Lu Scalorian must have himself been a sap, which means I'm like... I put like 95% odds on it that Sandalwood joins the team as a new player or whatever, potential teammate. Oh, but where are my manners? One moment. The sap claws at his mask with his wispy fingers. Oh my god, these guys are so weird looking, in my opinion. Much better. H. Manly Tinderstoff, at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. He's a sycophant who seems certain he will land a physician of high standing once he is free. Okay. My fellows and myself, you perhaps know us as the Chastity. We soon shall stand against you in the rites. For now I am just whiling away the time, making small talk. A triumvirate bent on exploiting the rites to gain status in the Commonwealth. I mean, we were all exiles from the Commonwealth, right? So, like, why... I don't know, that seems kind of dubious. That you could use... whatever. Now then, as I've introduced myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then, in your mind's eye, you see Wolfred and hear his voice. Oh yeah, that's right, that's the actual name of Sandalwood. Wolfred Sandalwood. Manly Tinderstoff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him nor me. Neither yourselves nor me. Okay, don't reveal him either. Okay, that's what he's saying. Why can he speak into my mind? Beneath her mask, Jodariel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Wolfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why now, how very rude, indeed. Well, fine, ignore me, but you do so at your peril. Anyhow, once this evening's rite commences, any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have to chat again some other time. Now come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far. But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity. It could be yours instead. Please show the Chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
I wonder, O honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them, even if I tried. You might do better to beware of them. When Jodariel continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent! Then fine, let us begin the dance, indeed. He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return unto my proper station in the Commonwealth.
Now we shall get started.
Okay, this time I'm not gonna forget. I'm not gonna forget to check my adversaries. So we have one sap, one nomad, and one harp. So let's see. How do I? There we go. So these sap powers, he can spawn a sapling at a nearby location, which has its own aura. That's interesting. So he has that instead of casting. And then instead of jumping? Yeah, instead of jumping, he has shield, channels a barrier that deflects adversaries' casted auras back at them. Okay, that's interesting. And then like a teleport instead of a sprint. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, but he doesn't have any. He doesn't have any masteries or anything. And then we have this Payford nomad, who nomads are humans, basically, I believe. So he should have pretty typical casting, jumping, sprinting. And then the Zaxiana harp, who has the typical harp abilities. Okay. And so of our people, okay, I thought I had someone who hadn't unlocked any masteries yet. I guess not, though. Okay, that's cool. Who's pretty close to a level? Well, you know I always like to use Jodariel. She's like my favorite blocker. So... And her head is so dang big, I can't tell. I have no frickin' idea where she actually is along her enlightenment. Man, everybody's awesome. I don't know. I don't know who I want to use. Who haven't I used for a while? I'm gonna use Faye, because Faye is fucking dope. I'm a big fan. Big fan of you, Faye. Don't know what I want to give her, though. I like to use her as a scorer. So I guess Lunar Glass. But it's like, is that better, or is just a +4 quickness better? Right? Like... Anywho. Putting in Faye. Big fan. Big fan of Faye. Does he have fast return after imploding? He's got avenging aid. I'm not sure how I feel about how those guys just general style though. I think I'm gonna go kind of old school here. With these friends. I guess it's not quite as old school as I could go. I could have put in Maruki instead of Faye. I shall gladly pick apart that manly character. Are you quite ready, finally, O Nightwings? May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should any of your... ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. No, come along, let's give the stars a show. What? May I present you Humboldt Manley Jr. Manley Sapling, which not only has a name, bears a similar posture and likeness to him, but he is every bit my equal, and is poised to guarantee the Tinderstoff line shall have a bright future. He goes on and on about his sapling for a while. Can he be quiet now so we can do this right, maybe? Don't have to tell me twice, let's go. Now, isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen, Sapling is nothing but an extension of Manly. If he is banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well. Okay.
Manly and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, reader. There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself. The Nightwings are first to strike the adversary's flame.
Oh ho, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little soiree. Oh, do be careful now. These grasping roots and vines, they may not hold you in such high esteem as I. I hate this guy. This guy's a real jackal.
Your adversary Manly is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate. Perhaps such wealth ought to be reserved instead for you. Beauteous.
Heck yeah. Oh dear, the woods are closing in, uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you just stand aside for a while, we could put an end to this that much the sooner. I don't give a shit, man. I got money to earn. Y'all can F right off.
Alas for Jodariel. Sublime.
I got an achievement for that. Not sure why. Called the Free Spirit. Maybe it's for like Fae scoring while like all of her companions are currently banished? Not sure. Say, have any of you noticed how it's feeling rather crowded out here? Almost as if the 100 Minds himself resents you being here. Yes, I rather think that's it. And that's, the scribe, right? Luscalorian. Yeah, no, I think you're an asshole. So cease with all your scurrying about with that damned orb and let me handle this. I don't think that's gonna happen, my man. My dude.
How sad for Manly. Wherever did the Nightwings?
No!
Simply monstrous. The orb engulfed in fire.
Alright, you Nightwings, I've headed up to here with you. Or perhaps I've simply headed up to here with all these encroaching plants. These miserable things. Oh, so it's not his doing. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me.
Tough luck, Nightwings.
Damn.
All for naught. A
Oh, shit.
shameful outcome.
Not ideal.
Banished each in turn. Banishment. Goodbye, Jodariel. The orb
Oh no!
of the flame.
I got one in, but now I've got all three guys back. This probably shouldn't be a problem. Although... Nope, that's not... No. Oh god. F off.
Oh, Manly's out of luck for now.
There we go. That'll wrap it up.
Fine, yes, the Nightwings did prevail. Their adversaries proved no match for them. Thus end this night's proceedings.
I knew he could prevail. The Mr. Tinderstoff there, I think he's really upset now. We did it. One step closer, everyone. Good, that imbecile of a sap. So much talk and hot air. Well, my. Oh, worry not, O Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. But I am very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours and all. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine. We'll have to see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
I think the internets are okay, Tina. I haven't dropped any frames since I've been streaming, so yeah, I think they're doing okay right now. It seems to be steady at the moment. Oh shoot, I missed whether anyone actually leveled up. Oh well, I'll check in a bit, I guess.
Until the next right.
That was well done, my kin. I am beginning to see why your companions vouched for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. I'm still not sure I trust that guy. I'm assuming he's going to be on our team before long, but I'm not sure I trust him. It's all a little suspicious. After besting the chastity with ease, you return to your wagon and to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate. For the next part of our plan. Go, have your reader there consult the stars, see where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north. It's going to be high up. Did this knight hear you say, high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside, then. That plan Wolfred mentioned. I just want you to know, I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? We'll see what Wolfred has to say. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer thanks to you. How's the sound balance in this game, Tina? So now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Elodiel, and at the very top, the Fall of Solium. Okay, so Mount Elodiel is the sacred mountain on whose summit the rites were first conceived. Whether its summit is the downside's closest point to the Commonwealth or the farthest, none can say. What? So we don't even know, like, it's not even known, like, how the geography of this place connects to the Commonwealth? How do the exiles end up here? The temple at the highest point in the downside exists to honor the 8 scribes. You confirm the stars indicated this exactly. Wolfred, sir, how did you know? Wolfred smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts as though he is directing them at you.
I too can read, my kin.
Oh my god, that was in English. What's going on?
Forbidden though the words may be.
He turns back to Hedwyn. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique. But as I said, I'll let them do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. Yeah, Tina, I did switch over to slobs. I'm not sure, I haven't really checked to see whether there's a huge CPU difference in its use over the other one for me. I have now noticed that I'm using a lot more CPU with this game than I would have expected. I don't remember if I was paying attention the last time I played this to my CPU usage, but it's using around like 85%, which is quite high compared to, I feel like, what I've seen with most other things, if I paid attention while streaming. I don't know. Weird. I don't think. Let me check real quick to see if I left anything running in the background I didn't intend to. Nope. Sure didn't. Interesting. I don't know. Does the CPU percentage in the lower left corner in slobs, does that indicate the CPU percentage that it is using? Because it's hovering around or just above about 10% of my CPU. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to the game. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is, indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you can use some rest, and for that matter, so can I, if you'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Oh no, I was gonna check everyone's stats, but I guess no one could have leveled up because it would have had me. I would have had to pick a mastery right away. So yeah, still not quite. I can kind of see where I think she's about halfway to level 4. It's crazy that they made her art so huge that you can't even see a good chunk of the bar behind her head. Yeah, it's quite a lot of enlightenment to get from 3 to 4, as I suppose you'd expect. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Doubt she has anything new going on just yet. So I probably might as well just go ahead and continue. Okay, yeah, I don't feel like I don't feel like I ever saw super high CPU usage on original OBS for me, but I might have to try it out with it again at some point just to test, because I'm kind of curious now. At dawn, Wolfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands to the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Alright, don't have much choice. Scalorian Shore. You get clear of the woods at last and arrive in lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Elodiel. You will have to make it all the way to the top. In a moment of respite, Wolfred calls everyone together to discuss matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible, am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction as he asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Frequently when it's asked my opinion in this game, I've often just remained silent, but that seems... I kind of feel like that might be... I kind of feel like that might be a cop-out here. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. I think I'm going to say living without fear. Living life without concern for others' judgment or approval. Tell Fulfred that freedom means living without fear and not being subject to persecution or retaliation for one's thoughts and choices. He considers your remarks for a short while. Good answer, my kin. I happen to agree. Fear takes hold in freedom's wake. But fear is a natural impulse, is it not? A common feeling we all share from time to time, a deeply rooted impulse there to aid our judgment and spur us on to acts of courage. If not for fear, I doubt we could accomplish very much in life. And just now, we stand upon the brink of accomplishing something vital. He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now, let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear, just as your reader stated. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. He looks out toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would deign to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made quite clear they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rights. Then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we gather together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us there as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. Spiral Sanctum. The burned-down remains of the old capital of the Commonwealth. The remains stand as a warning to those who would seek to spread forbidden knowledge. You're plotting a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. The reader and myself, you know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it in my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here, like so many others. So if anyone among you prefers that, if you cannot see yourself continuing to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Wolfred pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends. Some others not, but all of you are bound together through the rights and are integral to our plan. Remember that. You seek true freedom? You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth. But together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. Then he lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask you all to think on this, and let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolfred turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Alrighty, so again, I don't have any options. Just got the one road to take. Beyond lies Mount Elodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, for we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Ah, the Beyonder Crystal seeks Faye. First, let's chat with Wolfred. There you are, my kin. There was something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Wolfred stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... Why is that blinking? Not sure what the update is there. I guess that he seeks more than his own freedom. You do know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we. We are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability in this, I sense, is nascent still. Mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now that they haven't told you yet. Your friends, and that explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves, other than Tariq, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected, when at first we met, that you already knew the truth of this from having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites first-hand shall walk the path toward enlightenment and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wolfred breaks free from you and looks at you again. Then he speaks to you as normal. It is plain that you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites, and this group values you as reader. I wish only to ensure you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So, once again, I invite you to depart, and I will see to it that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees. Not for you, nor any one of us. Do you understand? Yeah, sure. You understand the words of warning, yet just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my kin. Then, very well. Know that we have much at stake here, in this anyway. Much more than just a shot at going back into that commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. It sounds like you intend to stick around, and we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the sacred mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon then, leaving you with your thoughts. Okay, well, bummer. But, more importantly, let's do a scribe trial. Oh, that can be arranged. You need but name for me the one you have in mind. Let's do it, Faye. We asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Faye. I must admit, I do sense something from that one. I once had a wild heart myself, quite like her own. We shall see if there is more to her than that. Let us bring her forth. Soon Faye arrives, in heed of the summons. The scribes! I think that if I listen carefully, that I can hear them calling out to me? The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, girl. The place where you reside at present has but a single rule, which is, you answer to me here. Wow! Okay, I will. Such naive enthusiasm. Now be silent. It is plain to me that you have much to learn as yet about the rites, but you have learned something, and I would see you prove it, without the benefit of anyone, save for your reader. Okay. Are you out there to help me with this, reader? Oh, little imp jerks. Oh no! Not off to a great start. Oh boy. Oh god. Jesus. Really not off. Really not going good. Oh my god. I think I'm just gonna get stomped here. Or I just need to play much more defensively. Oh god! I even tried to jump away there. Yep, that's basically what I gotta do. I gotta take these guys out before